Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the West East podcast. My name is Amanda, and I am joined by the one and only Dr. Art. Hi, Dr. Art. How's it going?
It's good. I'm with you, so all good.
Yes.
It feels weird, the way we are recording now.
I completely agree. We're back to video chats. I know we only released the podcast in audio, so our audience wouldn't even know the difference, but our podcast is authentic conversations. So we like to keep the public informed. Guru was visiting in Canada, and we were able to record a couple of episodes together in person, and we got so comfortable with it that we actually forgot some of our setup over video chat, and this is take 2, folks. Just of the intro. We realized early on, but I agree. How is, I get to say this again though, how is Mumbai?
Mumbai is raining.
Oh, it
It's
rained today
monsoon.
too.
It's monsoon here.
Oh, okay. Oh, it didn't rain that much here today. Okay. But so for the next few episodes, it'll be raining in Mumbai. Well, we definitely have a good topic picked out, and I don't even think we didn't tease it or anything. We wouldn't have mentioned it beforehand. But today's episode is called "We Now Pronounce You Adam Sandler." We are going to talk about Adam Sandler movies and just spend some time shouting out an awesome actor. Are you an Adam Sandler fan, Dr. Art?
Definitely. Like before I knew that how huge he is or how big he is, I used to love his. And then later I realized that he is a very like big actor because I saw his movies as a like growing up, not as growing up as it was coming because we used to get the CDs, so we
Yeah.
had to wait
Ah,
until it
okay.
is available for us because Netflix
Yes.
and all is now available easily for us. But
Hmm.
like when in my childhood we had to wait for the DVDs or CDs to come, or it to be aired in the what do you say, HBO or Star Movies or something.
I
I
was
still
gonna say,
remember
was
I
he on
saw, yeah,
television?
I forgot about that era totally.
Cable television, yes.
Yep, cable.
Satellite, yes.
So I still remember I saw first time anger management on Star Movies.
Oh wow, him and
And that
Jack
time I had
Nicholson.
no idea. I had no idea that he's like Adam Sandler and how even Jack Nicholson, how huge star he was. I had no idea, but I loved that.
Well, I feel pretty. I always remember that when I hear that
Oh
song,
my
I
God,
think of
he
that
has
movie.
fun teasing him.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's very well known in America, as you said. You know now. Growing up, we watched a lot of Adam Sandler movies, and he was also on Saturday Night Live, which is a very very popular sketch comedy show. A lot of
I
really
got to know
talented
from you.
actors come out of. Uh, say that again. Sorry.
I said that I got to know from you. I didn't know that before.
Yes, so Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, The Wedding Singer, Big Daddy, Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds, Click. He did a bunch of like romantic comedies, 50 First Dates, so many movies with Drew Barrymore. He
And
did
even
some
Jennifer
serious
Aniston.
ones. Yes,
They have
Jennifer
good,
Aniston,
yeah, just go with it. Then murder
Murder
mysteries
Mystery.
part. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
he's
even we cannot forget Kevin James. He has a lot of movies with Kevin James, Rob Snyder.
yeah,
They're good
yes,
friends, in real life too.
yeah. Dana Carvey, um, David Spade, um, who else? Steve Buscemi. He gives
Yeah, he
Steve
is there in
Buscemi some
every
of the
movie and
funniest
he has a
roles.
very peculiar part. I would not say unique also, I would say
Yeah.
peculiar part.
And he always makes him put on like lipstick. Billy Madison, and then he did it again in Ridiculous Six. He's just Steve Buscemi's a
And
very good actor, so I
and
like seeing
imagine
him in.
he has so good they have so good understanding that he always does it also for him.
Yeah. Well, and this I was very excited to talk about Adam Sandler for a few reasons, but one of them being any story that I've heard about him, just like as a person, I don't think I've heard negative things about how he treats people. A lot of people give him praise, like similar to like Keanu Reeves, on that
Mm-hmm.
level
Yeah.
of
Like he's kind of
humility,
a
of
man of a god.
kindness. Yeah, like he's just very humble is what I've heard. And even he was on he did Joe Rogan podcast about like I think 9 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was listening to it and like watching it, looking like for like some content to watch like before this episode, on top of the movies. And I just really liked the conversation that they had. He started the conversation by like asking Joe and asking oh, I can't remember the other person who works with him, like how they're, hey, how are you guys, and started a conversation, asked them questions. He's being interviewed, but he is uh like like temperature checking the room and uh checking in with everybody. It was just very nice. He's very empathetic. So
So for me, the interpretation of him or the feeling which I get from him, like I haven't known him personally, but all the movies which I have seen, I feel he wants to live real. The way he is in the movies. Sometimes, if you meet him, he'll be that goofy only. He'll be making fun.
mhm.
He'll be living his life. He will not. He doesn't know the facade. He is not that kind of person.
Yeah,
He'll
he's
be in
very
the shots,
authentic.
same like that. Yeah, very authentic, very
Yeah,
real person. That's what I
yeah.
get the feeling when I see him.
I completely agree. Like I've never met him, I've never seen him, but um
I
the
wish I
I
can meet
don't
him once, maybe.
it sounds like he would be really cool if hey, Adam Sandler, if you ever want to be on the West East podcast, you have an open invitation. Just so you know. Because by all accounts everybody says you're really cool to talk to, and you're very funny. And so much depth as an actor. Like that like so I feel like because when I was young, I saw like Big Daddy and Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. I always thought of him as like just like a silly, like a good actor, but like a silly
Goofy
actor.
actor, yeah.
Yeah, his music, like his SNL skits, like I love Lunch Ladyland with like Chris Farley as the lunch lady. I don't know if I shared that with you, but I'll send it to you. It's very very funny. And like what's that? He has another one in his stand up where it's like wallet, keys, phone, and it's a song of him like remembering stuff that he has to bring when he leaves the house. It's very like he was silly, but in preparing for this episode, we watched like a lot of his movies just to make sure we
Oh,
covered it. And you watched
so
the one that
I had
you
fun.
watched
I had
yesterday.
fun preparing for this episode. I watched 11 movies. I would say 10 and a half because the last one I fall asleep. So I have yet to visit the like 30 minutes or 40 minutes of movie. But 10 and a half is not a bad movie. Even I was jet lagging.
Well, I think we watched almost 30 when you visited. So yeah,
Oh,
you're
that.
it's about one third of what we watched in a month. So that's very
I still
good.
remember we used to watch one movie in 4 days initially.
Yes. Yeah, because one person every night kept falling asleep.
Come,
Not that the
can,
movie was bad, we just kept watching it late.
we
uh,
had so
but
much to
I
do.
oh yeah, absolutely, and we were having so much fun catching up. But the movie I was thinking of is The Week of. So you watched it
Oh,
yesterday, you said, right? Him
yes.
and Chris Rock, and so I watched it today to because I thought, okay, if it's something different, I want to see his acting, and like
Did
I
you feel?
ugly cried at the end. It
Did
was
you feel that
beautiful.
he was not the like? You can see him being a father. How
Yes,
he was not that goofy. He was the goofy guy, the which he
yeah.
portrays in many movies, but he had that depth or the fatherly love which you can see from his act.
Absolutely.
Like
And him and
literally,
Chris
Chris Pratt
Rock.
says in the movie, if you remember, when they were holding up on the chair up while in the wedding, that even my family loves you.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's very selfless in the movie. Like you can tell he's a father of like a daughter as well, but also I feel like that like was very much his personality. It was all of the ways that people described him is how he was in the movie. Like he just helped. He just did it. Uh,
And
and
at
I
the
really
end
liked
he
his.
also at the end he also accepts that yeah he should, like he realized that he could have given the wedding of her daughters, like just by accepting the money from
Mhm,
the his boy's father, but still because he didn't want her to feel that he couldn't do it, but still that was the real thing which I felt like, oh, he accepted that.
mhm. Yeah, and in doing so, like he kind of
He got to.
taught a lot to Chris Rock's character. Um, and I really liked that pairing. I mean, the two of them, I've seen them together before. They
I
work
think
well.
3 movies I have seen. This was the third one. No,
But I'd
sorry,
never
4.
seen
I have
them.
seen Grown Ups. Grown Ups 2
Yeah,
also is there, and I think Longest Yard, or
The
I
Longest
think
Yard. I
he is
think he.
there in that also.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm going to Google that live. Because I think you're right. And The Longest Yard is a very good movie as well. We can talk about that one next because that's actually a remake. Burt Reynolds is in the original. But it's a very good remake. Yeah, he's the caretaker. You're right. Wow, good call. Um, but the in another connection, I guess in the Joe Rogan episode I was talking about earlier, they talk about Chris Rock and Adam Sandler just has like such great things to say about pretty much everybody he's worked with, and I feel like that kind of when you put that kind of good out there, it comes back to you. You know what I mean? And you can tell that's not why he's doing it. Like
Yeah. He
nobody's
doesn't,
that
he's not,
genuine
his
all the
intention is
time
just to
if
live
they're
the
faking
life,
it.
and I think I learned that from him.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I definitely recommend The Week of, but you will cry. But not for bad reasons. Like I love when they're doing the
I
family
love the
photos
song. Oh my
at
god,
the end.
that was my favorite part. And plus even the dance when they do the father daughter dance, the song
Yes.
they
The
select.
Billy Joel song. Yeah. It was very, very good. Um, do you notice that family is a focus in a lot of his movies as well?
Yep.
I never noticed that as a child, right? Because you don't pay
Same
attention,
thing,
but
same thing. So when I
yeah.
saw repeatedly his many movies, I saw similar characters, like playing small, even be it like one scene also, but all of his friends, his wife, his wife does
Yeah, is
cameo
in
in
so
many of
many
the movies.
movies. Yes. uh, she usually has like a smaller
She's never
role or like
yeah,
a
she's never
yeah,
her leading lady, his sorry, no, she's never his leading lady, but she is
yeah.
always there in the movie. Even kids, his kids are there.
Yes. Well, so somebody said, I think it was David Spade. I watched a speech that he did when Adam Sandler won the Mark Twain Award, and he said that the casting sheet for Adam Sandler movies looks like Ancestry.com because he hires like so many people in his family. But I think that's wonderful. Uh,
I feel, if you remember in Happy Gilmore, he hires the homeless guy to be the caddy.
yeah, to
So
be
it's
the
like
guy.
whoever he's associated with him, he is like, welcome, come,
They're
come.
in. And there's a group of actors who are in especially the
Always there.
early movies.
Yeah.
They're always there in different roles. I watched Little Nicky today again as well,
Oh, I
and
still have to watch that because I don't have that available with me.
it's very, very funny. I forgot just how funny it is, but it's like I love the concept of it because his character by all accounts should have been evil,
Should be
but he's
evil.
trying to do the right thing. Yeah,
So
and
that one more
it's a
point is
very
that
nice
if you
story.
see his movie, it seems goofy, it seems funny, but there is always a message in that, hidden message.
Yes, there's a lot of like the hero's journey that I see. Like there's a lot of promoting good values and but he shows people as they are too. Like that's what I like is that's why he gets away with so much, I think, because he's really trying to do the right thing and along the way he doesn't judge people. He puts in a lot of silly things, a lot of like weird humor
Oh my god,
sometimes,
for
but it's
us as
real.
an Indian, like for me growing up seeing some things which are there in his movie made me wonder that why he is putting all these things, why he is doing these things, because I couldn't it was like a cultural difference or whatever you want to say,
Yeah,
but I never
he's like making
understood
out with
those
old
things,
ladies and
like
like
hitting on a old lady or something like that, and showing some cracking some sexual joke, and oh my god, I could never
yeah, like
understood those things. I'm
so
like, nope, this is not for me.
inappropriate. Oh my gosh.
But somewhere in
Uh,
my heart, I knew that this guy is good, so I used to enjoy his movies.
well, and there's always like
I
a
used to,
heartfelt element, like
ignore the parts where I didn't understand.
the same for me. The same for me, or like like a look away or
Why?
something. Like
So I only, yeah, I used to like look around or something. I was like, nope,
yeah,
this is not for me.
yeah, or just like focus on a different part. But then Rob Schneider's character would usually come in and do something funny, so it's then you
Yeah.
just forget about whatever happened.
No,
uh,
but that
Plus,
funny
he's
was
a
also
boy.
weird for
Yeah.
me, because they sometimes used
Mhm.
to make funny jokes around sexual, like this thing, and for me, we as a growing up, we were not open about all these things.
Yeah. Well,
Even in
I
our
that's why I wondered if
cinemas,
he was shown
yeah,
on
even our
TV in
cinemas
India.
also didn't have this kind of content that time. So
Well,
luckily, I was I was good. Maybe I had a good intention, so I grabbed only good things from the movies.
yeah. Well, and I think too, because his like intent seems to be good, that
Good.
it's possible, yeah, to
Yep.
focus on
Yep.
it. Like a movie like I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, which
Oh, I
is what
love
the
that
episode
movie.
title is based on. Oh, it's so good, but obviously there's like some inappropriate humor mixed in, like with Bing Rames's character, like with the whole like soap in the shower bit. This is a family friendly podcast, so we
Oh
won't
my god.
elaborate on the scene. But it was
Yeah.
that like it it's not, how do I say this? They're not trying to be inappropriate, but they
But one
comment
thing,
on like
so
real
over the
jokes.
time, yeah, as a kid, I never used
Yeah.
to understand, but now when I see all these movies and I understand that he has, guts to say what is people are
This.
afraid of showing.
Yes, like Zohan, like you don't
Yeah.
mess with the Zohan.
He addresses the things which people are scared to speak about. And he
Yep.
addresses it so funny that it's acceptable. You cannot do anything in that.
And I think that instinct comes from being on Saturday Night Live, because
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, when you watch that show, is can also be very inappropriate. And the time that he was on, like Norm Macdonald was also on, Chris Farley, David Spade. These are all like comedians who like will push the limit, like Mike Myers. Who else? It's like it was in the 90s, the early 90s is when he was there. So
I think
there's
he was
like
discovered and that was his first break, I think SNL was.
um I think so. I'm not sure actually.
I
I
think
know that
I
like
read
his
somewhere.
first
I
movie
think I
was
read somewhere
94.
that.
That makes sense, that like that's where he would have like become big, because a lot of people got their start that way.
And you
And then
know
he was
that
in like
he started
Airheads and
working.
Coneheads and
Sorry,
yeah.
your voice. Because of some connection, your voice got stuck. Did you say something?
Oh no, sorry. I was just saying some of the movies he was in. Like before he did Billy Madison, he was in
Mm-hmm.
Airheads with Brendan Fraser, um, and somebody else. And then he was in Coneheads. But I think I cut you off as well. What were you saying?
No, no, no. It was connection error. I
Oh,
couldn't.
okay.
Yeah, because your voice was stuck, so I couldn't see it.
No problem.
So what I was saying is, it was we were talking about Chuck and Larry movie, right?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes.
and the humor, the
Yeah.
humor being what it
SNL. Sorry,
is.
sorry. Yeah, I got off
SNL,
my chain of thoughts.
where he
Sorry,
got his
sorry.
start.
So
That's okay.
SNL. So what I was going through is he. When I was going through some of the facts, because I was doing my own research. Do you know that how he has his own production called Happy Medicine?
Yes.
Do
Yeah,
you
his
know
own
how the
company.
name arrived?
Is it Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Because
do you
those are
know the
his
guy
first two
who's
movies.
there in the when you if you see there is a golf course breaking the glass, and the guy says something like I forgot what was the word, but he said some word. So who is that guy?
Tell me.
It's his father.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Stanley or something is his name. He's his father. I was always
Okay.
amused at who I used to first time when I saw the anger management, and then I first time I saw this thing, then I realized he is Jack Nicholson, but like nope, he's not that one.
Yeah, I guess I never like looked into it, but yeah, the man, the image, the person who appears with like the golf club and then cracks the glass. Um, what does he say? Trying to
He
look that
says
up. Uh,
amazing, no, not amazing or something terrific or something. He says like that. I think he says terrific.
that's awesome. See, even in his logo, he has he has a family member,
Yep, that's
and he
what.
does say terrific. I looked it up.
He gives
But
the
that's
due
awesome.
respect to everyone, you know.
Which is like apparent in the content of his like movies as well, right? Like you see him oftentimes going back and helping. I'm just gonna start that sentence again. You see him helping people in his movies, like in Big Daddy, Steve Buscemi's character is like homeless, and at first they like put the stick and trip him, and then later on when they clean up their act, him and the kid, and they start like helping the public. They try to help his character as well. Uh, there's like a lot of different examples of that like scattered throughout. What about his serious movies? Have you seen? So Rain Over Me is one of them that I told you
Yeah,
about, and
I have yet to watch.
it's very good. That one's like sad, but I thought it was a good performance, uh, and it's about
Even
like
I
nine
think Uncut
eleven.
James is the serious performance, and Hustle is also, but I have yet to watch. I haven't seen
I
it.
haven't I haven't seen.
It's
You've
in
seen
my.
Punch Drunk Love, right?
Yep,
I haven't
I
seen that
saw that.
one. Uh,
Initially, I was like, "What am I watching?" I couldn't understand anything, but I trusted my gut, and I said, "No, he is Adam Sandler. I will trust him." And it was a good movie. It turned out to be a
Would you
good
consider
movie.
it a serious one? Because I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it because I don't know.
Which one?
Was
Sorry.
it serious in your opinion? Like, would you put it in his like serious
Uh,
films?
it was funny, but it was not as funny as the like his other
Yeah.
movies. It had some. It was like a, like there are type of movie which are sometimes artistics,
Hmm.
which you don't understand sometimes. It was some, like for me it was that he was a person who didn't know what he wanted. He was very shy, he was very not confident about in himself, and he wanted to like do the business.
Yeah.
And then he makes a one mistake, and I'm not going to do the spoiler. So he ends up having being in trouble, and because of that, in that being in that trouble, he that was one part of movie, and then he finds love in another part of movie. And then he finds love, he gets the confidence, and then he deals with the trouble, and then you can see his confident version kind
Okay.
of a thing.
So it sounds like a more
But
serious
he's
one.
still, his character was, yeah, it, I would say it's serious, but it has its funny this thing, but not as funny as the other
Yeah, but
one. It has its own
yeah, charm. It doesn't
yeah,
sound like a silly movie, is what
yeah,
I'm saying. Because at the time that it came
yep,
out,
yeah, no, no,
at the
no,
time that it came out,
no, I don't think so.
uh, uh, uh,
I thought it was a love story. We can say it is a non-conventional love story, we can say.
I see. And he also has animated
If we have
movies.
to give a title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you showed me Hotel Transylvania.
Have you seen Animal?
I haven't.
Have you seen Animal?
No.
So that movie, he's not the main character, but I love that he, whenever he's doing cameos also,
Mhm.
he's that adorable. He's like, burn them. And I was like, why he's saying that, you know?
uh, I don't know that the only cameo I really remember is like when he was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I always think of like his movies.
Hot chick also. Hot chick, he
Yes.
has came.
Yeah, he works at the
He's the
store.
guy who is
He
the,
keeps telling
yeah,
people useful
store.
places to hide something. Yep. Yep. Yep.
So what I see in him is like he puts everyone equal, you know,
Hmm.
like he is not above anyone, no one is above him.
Yeah. Yes.
And he I have never seen him, in his movie he makes fun of everyone, but he makes fun of himself also, like.
Well, but so that's interesting. because in the again, I just keep going back to the Joe Rogan episode because I love Joe Rogan podcast. Who doesn't? He's like very, very popular. But in that episode, one thing that somebody put in the comments that I noticed as well is he only when he's like maybe it's just like in the movies it's obviously different. But he didn't talk negatively about like anybody that they brought up. He kept the conversation like really focused on like good things, if you will. Like Chris Farley has passed away like for a long time ago, and he had like some like problems in his life, and so he came up in the episode, and like Adam Sandler, like when it was kind of brought up like that, it was Joe said he met him during like a rough period, and Adam was just like, yeah, like I remember he was going through it. But then he like changed the subject to kind of focus on something so that we're not remembering this person for the bad that they went through. We're remembering them for the good. And the only person he really like it criticized was himself. Like he
Yeah.
was like almost like self-deprecating in that interview, but everybody else he just gave love and talked about how awesome they were. So like I feel like that resonates in the movies as well. Or like if they're making fun of people,
I think he's the real guy who is there in Mr. Deed, you know? The
Longfellow
character he
dudes.
has in Mr. Deed,
Me
I feel
too.
that he is really like that. I hope he's really like that.
Chestertonville, Iowa, or something was where Winona Ryder's character is from. Also, John Turturro in that movie is so funny.
Oh my god. And oh my god, the funny part was he found that place. And he
Yeah.
found that exact
And the
house. Oh
butler,
my
John
god, I was
Turturro's
dying
character, I'm
laughing
very
that time,
sneaky,
you know?
sir. Very, very sneaky. I think every
Yep.
child used to like quote that.
Sneaky,
Like if they'd
sneaky.
seen that movie, we would say that like all of us like amongst each other.
Did you see the this thing Ridiculous 6? In that he is playing that they're teaching
Yes,
them
yeah,
the I think
Wickedy
baseball or
Schnickens or
something.
something is what he called it.
Something very weird name he said. What else we will
Yeah,
call it? You know,
but
it was like I
basically
was like, oh my god, I
it
cannot
was
even
baseball
pronounce it.
that he was teaching.
And the and any rule he was making was not
Yes.
serving him was
Well,
the
what's
rule.
funny is like the initial rule that he would make is not the rules as we know it in baseball, and then what he would amend it to is what the rule became. So it was two strikes, and then it was three strikes, and then there was no stealing bases, and then you could steal
Yeah,
bases. Like so many things. Yeah, that was a very fun. That was a funny movie. Mhm.
it was a
Uh,
good part.
I think like the last thing I want to just like mention that I really like about Adam Sandler is like all of the people that you see work with him and the what he brings out in them. Like that's a sign of like a good actor, but also just a comfortable environment. Like somebody like you mentioned Ridiculous Six. Who plays the somewhat simple character, if you will, with the really strong neck. Taylor, what's that guy's name from Twilight? I can't remember the actor's name.
Yeah.
Little Pete.
Little Pete in the I forgot his real name, but I think I forgot his real name. Oh my god. It's okay. we are we are in the Adam
Well,
Sandler zone
it's
right
an
now, so
it's
we'll be
an
forgiven, I
authentic
think.
episode, right? Where we're
Uh,
like we don't script things, but here I'm looking it
yep,
up.
yep.
Taylor Lautner is his name.
It's
I
okay.
got
You
it. I
carry
got
on.
it.
I'll find the
I
name. You
found it.
carry
It's
on. I'll
Taylor
find the
Lautner.
name.
I was looking it up as we were chatting.
Oh, so
No, that's
sorry,
okay.
Taylor.
Um,
So sorry, Taylor. We forgot your
to be
name.
honest, I was not a person who watched Twilight, and that was the only thing that I really knew that he had done. But
No,
when
I
we
have
watched
seen.
this movie,
I have seen Twilights. Not all, but some.
but because I wasn't a fan of Twilight, when I watched this movie, I was like, oh my god, this guy can act. Like this guy can really like he was hilarious. It was
So
totally different.
for
I
first
didn't expect
15
that out of
minutes,
him.
yeah, for first 15 minutes, I didn't know only that he's the same guy from Twilight, and then it hit me, you know.
Yeah, because he was acting so different. It gave me a similar feeling to when I saw Robert Pattinson in The Lighthouse. I was like, oh wow, this guy can act.
Yep.
And I'm so sorry to anybody who likes Twilight. That's not. I'm not
It's a personal
saying
thing,
any.
yeah. Not, yep,
I'm not giving
not
an
on
opinion
him.
about the movie. I'll just be clear. I'm not giving an opinion about the movie. Just that I didn't see like much from those people other than that. So it was really cool to see his performance in The Ridiculous Six, alongside like Terry Crews, so hilarious. The gentleman that's in Lost as well, who played the character that just speaks gibberish, which was
Gibberish,
totally a
yeah.
shout out to Billy Madison. I don't care what anyone says. That just sounded like what he used to do in Billy Madison when he would like
Blah,
speak
blah, blah, blah.
gibberish. Yeah, yeah. Uh, but and then of course Rob Schneider and the Burrow. Because
Oh my
Rob
god,
Schneider's kind of the
when I saw
unsung
the
hero we
burrow
didn't talk
first
about in
time
this
doing
episode.
that, I was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
And then I was like, okay, I can live with this, you know?
yeah. Well, he always has silly characters, but I'm also calling out Rob Schneider, like his performance, and in
Oh,
all of the movies that I've seen, he's probably one of the most memorable,
I
like
like Big Stan.
alongside.
Hot
So Big
Chicken Big
Stan is one of
Stan.
his movies, right? I'm talking about
Yeah,
him in
yeah.
Adam Sandler movies, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely. He is everywhere in there, you know. Like I see him giving like if the one our episode is based on, he was that person who pronounced them Chuck and Larry.
he was the pastor, yes. The circle
I think he
when
was
when he does the
Japanese. He
accent.
was
Uh,
Japanese, or he was dressed up as something. I don't know. His getup was very weird, so I couldn't understand that time.
I don't think he specified, but if you notice, he always plays like somebody of like a pronounced like an ethnicity where he like exaggerates their accent or like something about them, like his character in Big Daddy, the character in Ridiculous Six, so many. I'm glad we talked about Rob Schneider because if we didn't, I would have felt
Oh,
terrible. Like and
no,
Big
no, no.
Stan, from what I've seen of that movie, is very funny. I just don't want to confuse people. Who haven't
No, no,
seen
no, no.
it.
That's fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if you like
It's
Rob Schneider, you should
Adam
definitely go
Sandler
watch
is
that
not there
movie.
in that movie. No, Big Stan is only for Rob Schneider. I was talking about.
He deserves that much of a shout out. I'll just say,
Oh, do you remember
yeah,
in Grown Ups, all the girls of his comes and these people how they act?
yes, yes, that scene with the daughters.
And the third
uh,
one comes with the same hairstyle. I can believe this one.
this one, yeah, yeah, they didn't believe the first two, but they believed the third daughter was his. His
And
real
my
daughter is
best.
actually a singer, very good
Oh,
singer.
okay, I didn't
Um,
know that. And the
yeah,
scene which I love is the one which they play arrow. They throw up arrow and then it goes and hits the Rob Schneider's leg.
yeah.
And he's always talking about Zen and he snaps.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Oh
that'll
my
do
god.
it. um, yeah, that's very funny. He has very memorable characters in all of the
Yep.
movies that he was in. I guess the only ones we didn't really talk about in this episode are like the animated
Kevin
ones.
James.
Oh, Kevin
No, we talked
James.
about him. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about him a bit. Some of the co-stars. Um, but in terms of the movies, we didn't touch on. He
Yeah,
has
so we
also done
didn't touch
animated
on the
movies.
animated ones.
Hmm.
You started
Hmm.
by saying Hotel Transylvania. He gave the voice of Dracula, but he has
Hmm.
his own animated one, right? Eight Crazy
Leo.
Nights.
Eight Crazy Nights as well. There's a few of them, and then Leo is the most recent.
Oh, I
Um,
love that movie.
they're all like I I feel like we could almost do a second part to
Yep,
just discuss,
I'm
but
ready.
yeah.
I'm
Well, and
ready.
we've listed so many good titles.
It will give me one more reason to watch another 11 movies for him.
I mean, I don't think I'll ever stop, and I don't think other people should stop either. If you heard some titles you haven't seen, we highly recommend to go
We
check them
haven't
out.
said, yeah.
Yeah,
Wedding Singer also we didn't, I think
that's
did you
true.
speak about it? Yeah.
I
Water Boy,
probably
Wedding
mentioned the
Singer,
name, but yeah,
Bulletproof.
bulletproof.
And have you seen
Um,
the bedtime stories?
no, I haven't.
I think I remember that movie. That time I didn't pay much attention that he is Adam Sandler, but I have seen that movie in that time. It is I
Hmm.
think 2008 or something movie, in between 2000 like 7 and 10, because I was in Mumbai. I remember that time when I saw that in DVD.
Uh,
So it was something like he says story at night and then the story becomes real, and he was telling something like that. It has very good flow to the story. We should watch it.
okay, okay. Well, there you go. We even have homework
And
from this
Click.
episode.
Yep, Click
Click,
also. Click is also a good movie.
yes. Christopher Walken,
So,
yeah.
what I have known after watching and after seeing, The only movie which I was okay with me was Jack and Jill, because he was playing both brother and like he was twins. Have you seen?
Uh, no, I definitely
So he
haven't.
plays Jack also and Jill also. He's a
Um,
female in that.
yes, yes. No, I'm aware of the title. I just never, I don't know. I never watched that one. Um, but there you go. We have some homework. I think I'll make that the last word on Adam Sandler. It'd be cool if he listened to this one day. And if he did and he got to the end of this episode, thank you, man, for real, absolutely, for everything that you've given the public and that you continue to, and everybody who comes along for the ride. Thank you as well. Including anybody who's made it to the end of this episode. Uh, Tell us your favorite Adam Sandler movie in the comments, and go check out all the titles we listed. Tell us which ones we missed, and we'll talk to you soon from the West East Podcast. Good night, everybody. Take care.
So one for my city, two for my city. God knows what I wouldn't do for my city. Three for my city, four for my city. No, I'm the one who'd go to war for my city. Five for my city, six is my city. Holla at me if y'all vibe with my city. Come try on my city, don't you lie in my city. Symbol of truth, I'll fight for my city.
The West East Podcast is part of the We campaign, also known as Anti-East Indian Hate Campaign by Viragya Entertainment. You can weigh in on the conversation in the meantime in our comments section or on our social media. You can also visit www.imshivam.net/w.e. Remember, Vasudev Kutumbakam. We are all one family. Until next time.